Okay, one more thing. So it appears that this critical race theory nonsense is not going away. My opinion, nonsense. Okay, that's my opinion. I currently have the right to my opinion. I want you to hear the lyrics from a song because, by the way, while we are being taught, or children are being taught, critical race theory, we're in business with China, who enslaves children daily, the workforce, and yet that doesn't fit into the narrative. We have apparently, I've heard a lot about this recently. If this is incorrect, then forgive me, but this is why I'm posting this right now. We have a degree of hatred, or at the very least, they are not worthy of our concern, culture going on about Asian Americans. Well, first of all, let me tell you that I believe that supremacy, regardless of its color, is wrong. I'm going to say that again. It's worth saying twice. Supremacy, regardless of its color, is wrong. Okay? So, there are schools of higher learning who apparently have a limit to how many Asians they will allow in their school. Sounds bad to me. That sounds like a bad word. But listen to the words to a wonderful song from a musical called South Pacific. This was written a long time ago. So just when you think, like I said earlier, just when you think all this is new and nothing like this has ever happened before, oh my God, we're so different. We're so different that nothing like this has happened before. We're being so put upon. Open up a book, okay? And in this case, put a record on. You've got to be taught. It's very clear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. That's what's happening right now. We have a generation of innocent, clear-headed children who are being taught a curriculum of hate. Hatred toward those, not even just those who are different than you. Hatred, because children don't hate people who are different than them. Children are fascinated with people. They're fascinated with food. They're fascinated with culture. They're fascinated. They are, and this is the most important quality you can have as a human being. Curiosity. Children are curious, naturally. So there are people who are taking the pure minds of our children and filling them with their hatred. And it is vile and disgusting. We must not allow that song from South Pacific to continue to be true. It's up to you. It's up to me. We must protect the curiosity and purity of our children at all costs. And we must come against those who are polluting intentionally for their own well-being, not the children, those who are polluting our children. We must come against them with everything we have. Because when it's all said and done, the children, of course, are the future, but what they process right now is not up to them. It's up to you. It's up to me. One more time, you've got to be taught. It's very clear.
In 1 mile, turn left to merge onto CA 118 West.
You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. The reason I quote that is that was about the Japanese in that play, in that musical. Okay? Don't believe this is the first time it's ever happened, but do not allow it to happen under your nose because you are currently uncomfortable. Maybe this is why you can't pay for gas. Maybe this is why you have to choose between feeding your family or heating your family, because a starving, freezing population will not consider that there are people poisoning our children each and every day under the guise of unity. All right, enough. You want to see a great movie? Watch todieformovie.com. Go to todieformovie.com. Yes, that's a shameless ad, but I happen to think it's the greatest thing I've ever had anything to do with. You take care. Watch your children. Guard their curiosity with everything you've got. Applaud their curiosity. Read them Curious George. Okay. Bye. I missed.